Welcome back. You're here on the Canyon Country with Jennifer this morning, and we have a special guest on the line. We have Laura King Edwards, and her husband John are on their way down here to run the Other Half. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Jennifer. Thanks so much for having me.
We're excited to have you on. So tell us a little bit about your extraordinary story. You began running in all 50 states.
Sure. We flew in from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am running a race in all 50 states to honor my younger sister, Taylor. She turned 18 earlier this year, and she has a rare brain disease called Batten disease that unfortunately is fatal. It causes blindness and seizures. They lose their ability to walk and talk. It's a terrible disease, but it's been incredibly inspiring watching Taylor fight her disease. We've founded a nonprofit called Taylor's Tale in her honor. We've raised money for research that actually is going to clinical trial. We'll be treating children next year in 2017. We have a law named after her in North Carolina to help patients with rare disease. And the reason I run for her, Jennifer, is because after Taylor lost her vision to Batten disease, she ran 2 5K races with her Girls on the Run team at school.
Incredible.
She's amazing. Taylor never let her disease get in the way of anything that she wanted to do. And watching a blind 10-year-old fighting a terrible disease cross the finish line of a 5K, just such a brave achievement. I knew immediately that I wanted to run for her, and I've been running for her ever since.
So she gives you the energy and the inspiration just to get through every race, doesn't she?
She does, and I've been dealing with some of my own injuries and bumps and bruises along the way, but nothing compared to what my sister endures every minute of every day fighting Batten disease. And whether I'm trying to get to the next water station in a race or get a great time in a half marathon, I always think about what Taylor fights every day, and it really gets me through. And not just the race, but I feel like running races for her is such a great metaphor for the greater battle that we're fighting, and that's to build a better future for people like her. You know, Jennifer, there are 1 in 10 Americans who have some kind of rare disease, and so few of those actually have a treatment. So it's a huge public health problem in this country, and it's something that we're trying to make huge strides toward and make a better life for people like Taylor. And it's a really important race, and it's something that I'm inspired to be a part of, and she just inspires me to be a better person and try to do everything I can each day.
Those are just astonishing numbers. So 1 in 10 Americans, and that makes out to be 30 million people in the United States. And 350 million people worldwide are fighting rare diseases. And I read in your statistics that actually is more than people who have HIV and cancer combined. So those are extraordinary numbers when we look at that.
You got it. I think, Jennifer, that the word rare sometimes hurts us because people think rare and they immediately think, well, it's rare, so that's not me. It's not going to affect me. I don't need to worry about it. But rare is everywhere. Rare affects us all, whether it's us personally, somebody we love, a friend, even somebody in our community. And rare is something that we have to fight, that we have to attack. And it's something we're making great strides in. And Taylor's Tale is just really glad to be a part of that.
Absolutely, and they can follow your sister's story on your website as well, which is www.taylorstale.org. And you're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube?
Yes. Yep. We love to connect with people. I think that this is all about storytelling and connecting with people, letting them know about stories, not just like my sister's, but all over the country and around the world. As I travel around the country and run these races, Jennifer, one thing that has been wonderful for me is to connect with people who are fighting or walking a similar path as my family. And so here in Utah, I'm excited to be running for an organization called Utah Rare, for a little girl who lost her life to Batten disease in Utah a couple of years ago. So it's really shrunk my world and helped me understand how many people there are like us who are fighting a similar battle, and I'm just honored to be able to do something small for them.
Well, we're honored to have you here in Moab for your 15th state, and we're also honored to have John along for his very first run here in Moab.
So excited that John will be running this race with me. He's been such an incredible wingman throughout not just the running journey over the past 5 or 6 years, but really since Taylor was diagnosed in 2006. And what better race for him to run his first half marathon than the other half being my better half in a lot of ways. So we're excited to be in Moab this weekend to run the race.
Well, we're excited to have you. And so the other half is going to be this Sunday. And we want to remind our listeners that the River Road will be closed between mile markers 17 and 31 for traffic on Sunday from 7 a.m. to noon. And we hope you all get out and cheer on Laura and John while they run the other half, as well as the other runners. We want to thank you for joining us this morning, Laura, and telling us this amazing story.
Thank you so much for having us, Jennifer. And we look forward to seeing the town of Moab out on the course on Sunday morning. John and I will both be in purple, Taylor's favorite color for Taylor's tail, and hope to connect with some of you online as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, and just hang on the line.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.